Let's take a quick pulse check on the global economy, because the world's moving fast, and so is your newsfeed. The IMF just released its July 2025 World Economic Outlook, and while things aren't exactly rosy, there's a surprising thread of resilience running through the numbers. Here's the headline: global GDP growth is now expected to hit 3.0% in 2025 and 3.1% in 2026. That's actually a notch higher than what was projected just a few months ago. So what's driving this? Mainly a burst of international trade at the start of the year, easier financial conditions, and, here's a twist, lower than expected US tariffs. Turns out those trade war threats have taken a bit of a breather, at least for now. Inflation continues to cool off too. The global average is forecast to drop to 4.2% in 2025 and then to 3.6% in 2026. But as usual, the story really depends on where you live. Some countries will see bigger drops, others less so. Let's break it down by region. In the United States, growth is set to slow to 1.9% next year, with a tiny boost back up to 2.0% in 2026. Part of that is thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, yeah, that's really its name, which is pushing investment and spending. The Euro area's picture is a bit more subdued. Growth there should hit 1.0% in 2025, ticking up to 1.2% in 2026. Strangely enough, it's Irish pharmaceutical exports doing a lot of the heavy lifting. China's forecast has actually been revised upward, now at 4.8% for 2025, thanks largely to strong exports and a pause in those US-China tariffs. As for India, it's leading the pack again, with a solid 6.4% growth projected for both 2025 and 2026, buoyed by a friendlier global environment. Sub-Saharan Africa is expected to see growth rise from 4.0% to 4.3% between 2025 and 2026. Not huge numbers, but moving in the right direction. Now, about those trade and tariff developments. The temporary pause in US-China tariffs gave world trade a short-term boost, pushing it up 2.6% in 2025. But don't get too comfortable. Uncertainty is still hanging over everything, with threats of renewed tariffs after August. So if you're in global trade, keep your helmet on. Risks? There are plenty. We're talking potential tariff escalations, ongoing geopolitical tensions in places like the Middle East and Ukraine, fiscal stress in big economies like the US, France, and Brazil, plus the usual suspects, supply chain snags, and market volatility. So what's the game plan? The IMF stresses the need for predictable trade rules, credible fiscal plans to keep debt in check, and monetary policy tailored to local inflation. And if you're a policymaker, structural reforms, especially in labor, education, and digital sectors, are your best bet for long-term growth. That's your World Economic Outlook for July 2025. It's a mixed bag, but resilience is winning, for now. If you like this video, subscribe, and share so we can continue making these videos.